Good morning, children. I am Anmol Messi, PGT Physics, Mount Litra Z School, Jhansi. Children, in our previous videos, we have started with a new chapter which is electromagnetic induction. And in my last video, I have explained you what exactly electromagnetic induction is, how can we change flux, what are the various methods of changing flux, and how can we obtain induced current by changing magnetic flux. Okay, now today we are going to study a phenomena which is related to the electromagnetic induction. This is known as self induction. Okay, so as we already know that whenever we change flux, EMF is induced. So we can say that phi is directly proportional to I. Okay, and when proportionality sign is removed and we put equal to sign, then there is supposed to be a constant which we have to put over here. So we have put a constant L over here, which is also known as coefficient of self induction. Okay, but also from the law of electromagnetic induction we know that E is equal to minus d phi by dt. So in place of phi we can put Li, the value of phi from here. Okay, and if L is taken out, the expression for EMF would become minus L di by dt. Okay, so from here we get an expression that L is equal to phi upon I. This is the expression for coefficient of self induction, and from here we are getting an expression for EMF, which is E is equal to minus L di by dt. And if we want to establish the SI unit also for self induction, coefficient of self induction, then we can say that for phi the SI unit is Newton meter square per coulomb, and for current it is ampere, but this unit would look little weird, so therefore there is a very nice unit for this which is known as Henry, a plain and simple unit which you can easily learn. So the SI unit for coefficient of self induction is Henry. Okay, now this is a new topic which is known as self induction for a long solenoid. So as we already know that phi is equal to Li and phi is also equal to Ba. Okay, so in place of B we are writing the expression for magnetic field for a solenoid, which is mu naught Ni. Now for a long solenoid this expression would become mu naught Nia into N, where N is number of turns and the value of N is Nl. So the final expression that we will get is phi is equal to mu naught N square Ial. This is the expression for phi for a long solenoid. Okay, now putting this value of phi in equation 1, which is our equation 1, this is our equation 1, that is our main equation. It is phi is equal to Li. Okay, so we can write in place of phi mu naught N square Ial is equal to Li. I से I cancel हो जाएगा and we are left with capital L, that is coefficient of self induction, is equal to mu naught N square Al. Now since small n is capital N by L, so in place of small n we can write capital N by L. Okay, and it would become N square by L square. So we can cancel out one L from here, and the final expression for coefficient of self induction in case of a long solenoid would become L is equal to mu naught N square A by L. This is a very important expression. This question we even get in our examination. Okay, now let us discuss another topic. This is energy stored in an inductor. Like in previous chapters we have done energy stored derivations for energy stored, example energy stored in a capacitor, energy stored in a battery, etc. So similarly this is energy stored in an inductor. Okay, so how to start this derivation? We'll start it with the formula of potential, that is V is equal to W by Q. Potential is work done per unit charge. Okay, from there we'll put work done as our subject, so work done is equal to V into Q. Okay, now in case Q is taken as dQ, this would become dW. Okay, now as we know from the law of electromagnetic induction, E is equal to L di by dt, we can put this value of E over here. Okay, so our expression would become dW is equal to L di by dt into dq. But dq by dt is current. Okay, so we can write I in place of dq by dt, and our formula would become dW is equal to Li di. Now to make this dW, we have taken integration. Okay, and I have taken L out of integration because it is a constant. So when we integrate this I with respect to I, this would become I square by 2, and our work done would become half Li square. This work done would be converted into potential energy, and this is our energy stored in an inductor, that is U is equal to half Li square. Also, since B is equal to mu naught Ni, so if we put I as a subject, so it would become B upon mu naught N, and L is equal to mu naught N square Al, which we have driven earlier. So these two values we will put in this expression that we have derived for potential for energy stored in an inductor. So when we'll put this value of L and I over here, U would become U is equal to half, then this is the value for L and this is the value for I. Okay, so the final expression would become U is equal to half V square Al by mu naught. Okay, now let us talk about energy density also. So the energy density is small u is equal to capital U by V, where V is the volume. So the value of capital U is half V square Al by mu naught, and for volume I am writing A into L, area into length. So after cancelling out this Al, we are left with energy density U is equal to half V square by mu naught.